You are listening to Deep Mind of Jeremy Black. This is Blender Radio. Anyhow, it is time to start. I welcome all of you. I see Joanne, Kaisen, Edwin, Iris Jack, Raf, Moham, Mamout, I almost wanted to say Mohammed, because Mohammed is also a guy that sometimes comes into the chat. I welcome y'all. Hope you guys are doing fine. Gonna put the music a little softer. Just gonna wait 4 more minutes and then we will blast off with the weekly competition. Also, for this stream, I'm gonna ask you guys a question which you will have to think about it. I will ask at the end of the stream what your thoughts are. Grant is not gonna do the next monthly competition. I will do the next monthly competition, and I'm going to need to have a subject for the next monthly competition. At the end of the month September, I will live stream the monthly competition on Tuesday. So at the end of the stream, think about something that will be nice for a monthly competition subject. For this live stream, I don't have any coffee this time. I got the pear edition of Red Bull. Cause why not? Ah, it's very sweet. Before I started the stream, I added the 30 minutes winners to the winners and ranking. So if you want to check it out, you can do that right now. 2 more minutes, and then we won't blast off. I've seen a lot of great entries. People are doing an amazing job again. Alright, that's good to hear. Iris Jack is going to help me out with the monthly competition. Of course, I will not stream on Grant's channel. I will stream it onto my channel. Just for one time. Maybe in the future. When he needs me, I will be there. It is wonderful weather here. It's not too hot. It's nice and chill. The sun is out. Hope the weather at you guys is fine too. Alright, 1 more minute. It's raining at Kaizen. Raining every evening. Rain isn't too bad as long as it's not like pissing like a horse. Just a little bit rain, like breezy rain. I remember here in the Netherlands when it's getting real cold and there is like very hard wind and then it's raining real bad. That is really not nice. But in the summertime when it rains a little bit, it's really nice. Gloomy here in East USA. No sun. It is nice in Belgium too. Alright. It's always interesting to know how things are at where people live. I really like that. Alright. First we're gonna take a look at the entries. After that we will do a community vote and I will pick some points for people who just done a little bit of extra to just get the point catchy. Hope that makes sense. I wanted to do some different music for this stream. I didn't forget it. I did take a look at the YouTube music. I took one song and I couldn't find any other chill songs. Each month YouTube will add new songs to the library. Okay, I think I'm ready. Got everything set up. Got my paper here. Don't want to save the 30 minutes. I only want to take a look if my weekly map is empty, because I'm going to straight away need to save them up. It is empty. Okay, very good. Alright, so weekly competition was Sci-Fi Wild West. Oh, it wasn't too difficult. The first entry is of NG. NG made a very darkish with a lot of red enemy with what looks like a robot with a cowboy hat on. Very classy to, or very classic I have to say, to just do something futuristic. Give it a robot, give it a cowboy hat, give it a revolver, and it looks sci-fi western. It's very simple. I like it. Sometimes simpleness can do the job. I like that there are a few details visible, which is always nice. Anything else? Well, I like the letters. It looks like it's blood draining off from it. Anything else? I do not really have something to say. It's very simple. Maybe a piece of a body down here would have just done a little bit extra. But anything else? It's simple. And sometimes simpleness just do the job. And he says, look at a lot cooler in my head. Sometimes that happens. You have like great vision, you got a great view of something, and then you want to put it onto Blender and it looks lesser than you thought. It would be nice if you could connect your brains to Blender and just think and create. Maybe that's something for the far future. I would also recommend next time just put a text on top. So I first read your text and then I see your entry. So I won't miss it. Sometimes I just miss text that is underneath, or it needs to be a whole bunch like at Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo said, I wanted to add more detail, but my computer was crashing, so I had to open it quickly and render. It took 2 hours. In the picture is a horseless carriage that is about to enter the parking. It is an underground elevator, so there can fit hundreds. The blue is meant to signify that it flies, but my idea was ambitious. I will post a picture of my sketch in the weekly general chat. I will post some Sci-Fi Wild West pistol later. And thanks for Edwin Sunny Ray for the idea of the fog. Is it hanging? Yeah, it looks like it is hanging. I will go back when I read something in the chat. I have to keep in mind there is some buffer and people need to type stuff. Yeah, that makes sense for what is up here above the head. I first thought it was maybe a feather-like thing that will be cowboy / Indian type of idea. It looks like it's hanging. You're right. That's very sharp of you. A robot that's hanging. Or maybe just a mask onto a human skull head. Alright, let's take a look at Yo-Yo's Saloon. Very modern idea with the parking goes down. I like the way how you've made the carriage without horses, so it gives a good futuristic feeling with a very old school type of look. It's very nice. Flying, sure. Maybe what you could also done is, if it would be a flying machine too, maybe make the thrusters onto the middle point of the wheel and just make the carriage come in, like it's just flying in and the wheels are about to flip so it can drive in, something like that. Just a little idea. Parking, I like the sign on the top of it, very old school. I like the neon letters on top here, different colors of light. It's a very interesting building. And I like the way you gave the building like a cornery entrance, something you also see a lot in Wild Western, old school type of buildings. And if it's at a corner, just chop the corner off and make the entrance going at that side. A very good idea that you've put that in. I like that. I like the mist and light. Says Raff and Raffles. Jack says a person from the Wild West, even a cell phone is sci-fi from the perspective. Yeah, when cell phones came and miniguns and I believe steam trains, slowly it started to become more futuristic already. This is something that is very noticeable in Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption is really on the edge of the end of the Wild West. And I really like that. What if you follow the storyline of Red Dead Redemption, that it's really the ending of the Wild West. Things change, that kind of stuff. I like this entry down here. A lot of light, very good. Then we have one of Victor N. Hello all, my understanding is of Wild West sci-fi below. It is some kind of lounge for the guests from Westworld series. I was inspired by the work on sci-fi environment concept of one of the environment designer on ArtStation. And I also wanted to express that yoga and meditation will be part of future life. Well, that's a good idea. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, I got a little air stuck in my throat, so excuse me. This is like Eastern language, right? Arabica, if I'm not wrong. Definitely. I see this window with desert out there with some rocks and future cubes. I like the way how the floor is going up here. Just give it some more dimension. With some nice furniture. Lots on the floor. Futuristic things here and there. It is coming together, I would say. It really is coming together. I like these flower pots down here. Very artistic. I like that a lot. A TV in there. Very futuristic. I feel like the balance is a little bit off. I'm missing a little bit touch here and there of Western things. You could have just kept the floor like this, the wooden floor, like in a saloon, or keep wooden walls. Or maybe place some what is it called? Carriages outside, or cactus, or I'm just missing a slight thing in here. But I do like the whole idea, what I'm seeing here. A Westworld like, maybe I need to type it in. Westworld. Oh, I see a lot of horses, I see a lot of future stuff, I see cowboy clothing. I see. Okay, that makes a lot more sense then. But in the overall, I like this idea, what you've done here. Then we have one of Crab's Son. Had not much time, so I made a quick and dirty entry. Took 4 hours. Crab's Son is very good in hard surface modeling, characters, cars, futuristic stuff. And this is also what I mean with making sci-fi look Wild West. Just add a cowboy hat and a revolver. In this case, this revolver has also a mixture of Wild West and futuristic. I think this is a very cool one. Really has a good balance, I would say. The background looks amazing. I like the texture onto the cowboy hat. Got some very nice detail onto it. I like the jacket. Very cool. He always had such an amazing entries. The gun is real nice. It is definitely something. It is good, yeah. It just the whole picture. It's like the background with it is just amazing how it looks like. There's a lot going on with the particles in the background as well as on the foreground. You see like slight little particles going on. The materials are looking very nice. Colors of the robot. A lot of detail going on. Like the balance of the black, the chrome, and then a little bit of gold in there and blue. And the goldish look down here fits very well with the bloom of the light that is flashing off, and also down here. It is amazing. Very good. He didn't forget his name this time, so that's very good. Then we have one of Frogboy, Sluggo the Sheriff. Alright, here we get some cartoon stuff. I really like cartoon stuff. Should not forget, I need to scale stuff up actually. Show some more details and things. Okay, what was he saying? Slime Sluggo. Okay, Sluggo the Sheriff. I really like this kind of cartoon style. It is very simple. I see some sculpting going on. I see some texture painting going on. 2 guns, very good. Very nice. Very simple. I like the coloring overall. So brown, 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 and then green and a bit of black and white chromey. Very nice. Like his mustache. I only noticed a little stretching on the leather texture. I'll bet you meant on this one. Let's take a look. Where would the stretching be? Is on his hat, on his coat? Oh, maybe down here, or maybe it's the angle for this. On his left, yeah, left side of his coat, yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe it is just the angle. I like this one, Frogboy, very funny. Maybe I would just say, let's cut this picture into a nice square. You could also just take this character, put it right down here, and then make a piece of power pole, and then put a picture on it of wanted. It would be nice that you're looking at the wanted picture. But I like this idea. Very, very well. We have one of Admiral Dragon, a sci-fi revolver. That's also nice. Sometimes, you know, it's pretty much an arty thing to just take an object and just trying to deal with it with that one object, trying to make this object look sci-fi and Western style. I think for the most of the part it worked out well. I would only say there needs to be a little bit of a shiny material on this. It looks kinda odd, I would say. A wooden trigger. Let's hope it doesn't break off at some point. But the modeling overall, I think it looks good. I like the little lights here and there. Got some rusted rings around it, it looks like. Got some debris on it. Simple, but I think it worked out. I would only say if you lay it onto a floor, just make sure it's not going through the floor. It might be a little thing, but it's just like what I call little beauty mistakes. Just make sure that the gun is onto the table and not through it or floating. Angling objects is also a thing to learn. The Colt 4000. Very nice. Here we have one of Yo-Yo's second entry, some Wild West sci-fi guns. This is also an interesting one. It almost feels like this is like an air thingy. It looks like maybe it's gas, like a combination of a revolver slash flamethrower. Maybe the bullet will catch on fire when it flies out of it. Very interesting model. And here we have another one with a laser sight on it. A flamethrower. That looks very interesting. Very nice. So I'll guess this is the part where the laser just comes out, and this is just future stuff we won't understand, but that's how it works. Yeah, it is creative. This is kind of nice idea for a shooter game, to have like a gun with a flamethrower function, but it will just set bullets on fire instead of just, you know, having fire bullets like a dragon breed of a shotgun. That is kind of a cool idea, this one. So if there is a game developer in here and you need a new gun idea, there you go. A Tesla gun could also be. I see, Tesla coil this. Very nice. Then we have one of Ahmed Mohammed animation. I did somewhat quick animation to showcase my Wild West spaceship. Hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you. I hope you're having an amazing day too. I don't know if this is any legitimate sound. That is definitely something different, I would say. But this is a spaceship. Maybe it's a very large spaceship, like this is the cockpit down here where you look out of it. It's definitely an interesting model, and what I find even better is just the combinations of colors in here. And the orangey, the brown, the yellow, and then the chromey stuff. It's definitely interesting. Organ piano. Yes. And he made a print version too. He has the beam in the middle of the spaceship is where humans would sit. It looks small, but the spaceship is huge. Okay, the beam in the middle of the spaceship. Oh, okay. Let me just scale this up. I like this this poster type here. The beam in the middle. So this is where humans sit, right on the top. Like this is like a cockpit, an elevator in there. Yeah, it is. Then it's definitely huge. Also like the texture pattern on this. Give it a little bit more depth. It is definitely something different, I have to say. It is very interesting. I really like the color combination on this one. Very good. Then we have one of Frank Drebin. I ran out of time again. Wanted to add more, but this is what it is. And Frank told me last night that he thought yesterday it was Wednesday. Let's take a look. He did ask me for some, you know, what he could do with it, or he didn't ask me. I told him. He had the train ready, he had this station thingy down here ready, and I told him just add a desert, add some cactus, maybe a rail where this train go onto. Just keep it simple. If you don't have much time, you need to keep it simple. There are some things I definitely like about it. First of all, the sand is definitely interesting. Might be a little bit too big. Like these rocks need to be a tiny touch smaller. I like the saloon. Once again, the corner is the entrance, which you see a lot in Wild West. Very nice. I like the textures on this. The wood. This is definitely very modern for the Wild West to have like a bridge to go around. Yeah, the saloon is very nice. We can feel battles near it. Comes up the ground. It's also things you see a lot in Wild West. But these little houses here, I don't know, maybe that's the toilet. It's definitely interesting. He posted another few hundred pictures of it. Different angles to get a better look on things. It's a very wide step here. Like the light is what is coming out the window onto the wood down here. Gives a very nice, cool look. Okay, very nice. Also very interesting locomotive model. I have tried to look at how exactly steam locomotive engines work. It is definitely something. I think it's clever how humans ever came up with the idea to make steam-powered engines. I like it. Very nice. Then we have one of Kaizen. I've been working a lot on this Nadia main character here. I wanted to make a short comic book story, but I don't have any time. Well, by the look of it, you spent a lot of time onto this entry. This definitely looks very interesting. I like how it looks dirty, it looks old, it looks that it has been used for a long while, and at the same time you see some future stuff with hologram type of sign up here, or this poster hologram sign. I like that there are all pictures in there. I like that how there is like a 60s car in there. Definitely a little bit confusing, but you know, it's interesting that you put it up your I believe these are other entries of yours. You've seen this car last time with the black and white. I like the tables with the bar stools. A little robot that is washing off the bar itself. So you got some bottles, the mirror. Also, thing you see a lot in old style bars, some mirror. For whatever reason they did that. Some barrels here and there. This is definitely a very interesting picture. I really like just the hologram wanted poster, I guess. Now, the only thing that I would recommend when you do the signs down here, which you have done with this one, is make it a little bit transparent, because this here is just perfect. I would like to see this also onto the sign to just make it a little bit more lesser. Yeah, I think you get the idea of hologram. Also has a little transparency into it. The character is also nice. I like how it just walks in and just bang, the doors open. The doors also open differently, which is randomizing points there. How the light is coming in, the shadows. Definitely cool. Normally after a shot like this, when someone comes in, the camera goes to the faces of the bandits sitting inside and townspeople. We have all seen those West End movies, I guess. Very nice textures on the wood. This is just a very nice entry. There's a lot to look at, a lot to talk about, which is very nice. I like it a lot. Could easily be a little bit of, you know, a Borderlands game style type of thing. Very good. I like that a lot. Then we have one of Admiral Dragon's second entry, Lone UFO. Alright, UFO in the desert with a sun that I think it goes under because the sky is pinkish. Normally when the sun goes under, the sky can get pink or orangey type of thing. Interesting UFO model. I like how there's some detail onto it than just a plain model, I would say. The only thing that I noticed is that the desert bushes need a little bit more randomized, and they're kind of facing the same way. I'll take that you've used a particle system, the hair system for it. That's why they're just facing all the same way. It's something to learn to play around with the hair particle system. I do like the idea. Would even be more funny if there was like a cow face visible and an alien that get beamed up. Just do it the other way around. Very simple. Need some work on the bushes. That's anything that I'm actually going to say for now. I like the details onto the UFO. Very good. Here one of prior code, just a cowboy with his hover bike. I was gonna do board and hair. A beard and hair, but I don't know how to do that just yet. You can also make use of the hair particle system for that. It's definitely an interesting model there. Alright. Here's some, it looks like a desert-ish background. Could use a, well, I would say a material, but everything has kind of the same material. Interesting model there. Like a robot arm here because something happened. Nice wobbly coat. Interesting vehicle down here. Like the color choice. Just something different for once, any other than the classical flames onto it. Maybe need a little bit of work down here. Don't know what's happening. The wheel seems to fade away into the model. But anything else? The model looks interesting. I would say this is a good start. I also like the face of an old man. Definitely looks shocked. Oh, I would just say the start is here. Definitely a good start. Only it needs a slight touch more, a finishing touch. That is all I'm going to say about it. That is a very good idea. Do we have one of Erwin Sunny Ray? I have no idea what I just made. Interesting. That's one thing for sure. Get your ass over here. There we go. It almost feels like if you look at it, if you look away from it but still see it, it looks like a what is that called? A scarecrow type of thing. Scarecrow, cowboy-ish. Definitely an interesting model down here. Once again, the cowboy hat and futuristic really make it already look Wild West sci-fi. Halloween in the West. Yeah. Definitely could be something for that. Like how the coat has pockets in there. Very nice. The background with it looks very good. I like the combination of colors being used in here. It is only... I will only say it looks strange why there is this dot here and not here, but maybe that's my OCD, so it's just a personal thing. But anything else, it has some shoulders, it has arms, very simple, nice model. What I know is they look at something and that's it. I wonder what they're looking at. I'm going to lay in bed at night and thinking, what is the character of Erwin Ray looking at? Yeah, lightning is on point. Very good. It is not too dark. It is dark, but just enough, with enough light. I also like how there is light on the back. That's very good to show some details from this side. Points for that. Then we have two entries of R. Martin, basically the same but different scenarios. I've already been thinking about that. The first one is Sci-Fi Wild West entry, and the second one is different take on it. Cycles broke my PC, so I had to do it with Eevee. Hey, Crapson, welcome to the competition. Yeah, I've been thinking about those entries when I saw them, and I was like, these are just different seasons. That is how I got it in my mind. This is a hot season with the meteors falling down. There is also another thing that I do have to say about this entry, which could make it a little bit more Wild West. It's just very simple. I've been saying this a few times. You can make a robot, want to make it Wild West, just give it a cowboy hat, revolver, or a coat. In this case, I do see like a carriage down here. There is some futuristic stuff, a spaceship. I love the whole scene, by the way. Very nice filled up. But this guy down here could use a cowboy hat to just give it a slight touch more of Wild West feeling, any other than just this one carriage. Unless I'm missing something here. The coloring overall is very nice. A lot of use of red and orange, yellow, and some black down here. It's definitely interesting. I do like the rock texture that has been used in here. So yeah, this is the hot season, and then over here you would have a cold season, I would just say. If I have to choose which one I like more, I think I like this one more, the hot season, just because the overall color connects the pieces a little bit more than this one, because here you see like gray, brown, I don't know, it's just personal thing, and I like this one more. Then we have one of Hikes. Too bad I didn't finish it on time. I posted this work in progress, Wasteland in. Didn't have enough time to figure out how to use AMD Pro Renderer in Blender, since there is some issues with OpenCL. I just changed it into AMD, which looks like it's gonna be a pain in the butt. More props, more electricity wires, better lamps, etc, etc. A good render. And yeah, you posted also two of these. It is okay to post two of the same. Let's take a look at this one first. Doesn't look too bad. It gives a bit of a West End feeling. It's almost like you can see the skybox out here for some reason. Reminds me of old school games. The only thing that I would say is you could have just left the road out, actually. Just keep it sand and dirt. It gives it a lot more, just that extra Western feeling, because the letters, the lamps just do for a more futuristic type of thing, idea. Yeah, Evan just figured out what WIP means. Yeah, it is definitely interesting. I like how it's closed up with what seems like metal plates. Let's take a closer look at it, if that is possible. Yeah, it's only a shame that the skybox is visible, though. And also the shadows looks a little bit strange of the light pole here. But those are some small things to learn. And overall, I like it. And let me take a look at this one, which is very grainy. You could use denoiser Blender, which just denoise everything away. Yeah, I have to say I like the other one a lot more. Very grainy. You don't see much details going on. At least you don't see the skybox. Hey, see Frank is here too. The lights are not bright enough in my opinion, says Crabson. Yeah, sometimes I do also miss things and then I'm glad people jump into. I just noticed right now that there are solar panels onto the roof. That's a very nice thing there. So yeah, Crabson says that the lights need to be a lot more brighter. I do like how it's a little bit foggy in here. Gives it a little extra. Well, people were in overall very happy about Crabson's work. People were in overall very amazed by Frank's work. So there you go. They have an entry of Corsair. So this is Deputy Willits. If only I had started a day earlier, I might have actually gotten her hoverbike and a simple scene done. But at last, I've run out of time and it's time to sleep. Not too bad. I mean, background doesn't always does the job. Sometimes just a character does the job. You know, like you seen at, for example, the one of Crabson. It just made a very simple background which looks very amazing. Instead of just a whole desert area with mountains and all that kind of stuff. Yes. Where is it at? Here we go. Deputy Willis. Definitely an interesting character. Is he wearing like a swimsuit? Interesting armor plates, boots. Nice guns, by the way. This reminds me of a poker table, which you've seen also in Wild West a lot. At casinos. Nice character, I like it. Also like how this hat has like a different shape in there. Some plates on one side. Revolver-ish type of thing and a shotgun type of thing. Very Western. Nice character, don't have too much to say about it. I also like how there is some detail underneath the boots visible, as in, you know, we all know how boots work, so pretty good. Maybe the upper arm can use a little bit more, you know, just a little more muscle down here, because this underarm, if that is what it's called in English, looks a lot more thicker than the upper arm down here. That's the only thing I would say. Gives it a little bit Popeye look. I like the playstyle with the colors in here. It's also very nice. Erwin says would like to see this model dancing. Yeah, I have missed the stream of Grant of the Dancing Cactus. I did look it back. It was only like 11 minutes or something. It's very funny to see all the characters dancing around. Here we have one of Raf von Raffles. He says, vintage Western show in 3020. Dr. Phil is very popular and often booked for birthday parties. What? Not my best work, I'm afraid. Alright, so let's take a look. Sometimes I get distracted by the chat, what people are saying. And I think this is definitely a very interesting, very Americanish type of entry here. The reason why is this the play with the colors is very nice, and I also find it interesting how these horses look like Star Wars pod racer type of thing. That's very I like that a lot. The entry is nice and bright. I like the way how the sand looks. I like the little detail of a bull skull in here, some rocks, some cactus in here. Very nice. I like the characters. I'm wearing a spacesuit. with fire extinguisher stuff. I'm just joking around. A battle at the side, very nice. I like the detail. Rolls are wise. Very nice. The horses kind of look like the play horses where kids can sit on and wobble around. It's definitely an interesting picture. I like it a lot. The exhaust could burn the caravan. Yeah, maybe it's like a cold fire. Dr. Phil. Yeah, but is that Dr. Phil a serious thing like Dr. Phil, or is it the dude what is he called from Dr. Phil's show? Because that is what I'm getting in my mind. This is definitely a very nice entry. I like it a lot. Very interesting. Just a random name. I had to think of the Dr. Phil. Alright, very good. I like it. The character model is also very nice. Very good. He has the mustache. Yeah. I really thought it was like a real Dr. Phil joke there, but I like it. Very nice entry. Very well done. Then we one of Omkar 25 Wild Whack, and I guess he got inspired by the 30-minute competition where you had to make a cartoon hammer. So that's why we see a hammer here. I guess that is the whole point here. Sci-Fi definitely will to be in the future. Robo hammers walking around, being retired from their whacking job. Wearing a futuristic gun. Only missing the word saloons on here. That would have just, give it a little touch here. A flying paper around. This, what seems like, looks like a futuristic car. You just have to look very well. I like the cowboy hat. Little stripes here and there. Very interesting. It is simple, but it's fun. Then we won off Iris Jack, which is already the last one. I was when I start to enjoy it's the last one. Move at house at the weekend, so this is the best I could do with the time I had. Music is from YouTube Music Library. Thanks, JB. You're welcome. Do you move the house? The whole house, or just... never mind. Let's take a look at this. Don't play anything just yet. Don't play anything just yet. There we go. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. I always love Iris Jackie's his little animations. I mean, it might look like, you know, very simple, but it's just the fact that it's an actual animation that it makes it real cool. And it makes it real cool what happens in the animation. And I think it worked out pretty well so far. It's always an enjoyment to come to the last entry, which Iris Jack with his animation stuff. Very, very, very nice. Gonna take a look at it at the end once again. So, very good. He blew our minds again. That's definitely one thing for sure. I really like it. Alright. It is time to do the voting, and Iris Jack also has some time to set up the voting system. I'm going to put up a little music, and then meanwhile you guys can vote. I will choose some winners, and of course I will put it onto the screen with 10 minutes. Not it's gonna be 10 minutes, but just give me some time. Alright, so you guys can already make the vote. Here will be some music. Then I'm going to put the screen on BRB, because I will. Mind you, let's put it on here. Let's put the timer on. Alright, let's see. Alright, I think I gotta... Yeah, calm down, gee. Right, I think I got some winners, and of course for each winner there is a reason why, and the reason why not. Just because I'm missing something, just because something needed to be changed. Which make it a winner or not a winner. I don't know. Alright, let me just put the screen back on. There we go. Turn the timer off. There we go. Alright. So let's first also, I'm going to open up the poll I'm gonna vote to. Just want to see on who am I gonna vote that is actually not in here, which I still think that deserves a vote. Okay, there we go. Right. I'm just gonna put it down here, whatever. Now it's time for me to vote. Gonna be a little bit more strict this time. Alright, so did everyone voted their votes? Voting done, okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 votes, I think. Currently there are 11 people watching. Okay. Now then I think it's time to do the community vote, see what you guys did, if really everyone took a vote here. Right, so we have a winner of the community vote, and this winner, alright, I see, I'm just going to place it down. Right, so the community vote winner is, in this case, just have to scroll again, not too fast, because last time it was a little bit confusing. In this case, the community vote goes to Kaizen, with the Wild Western / sci-fi looking bar out here. So congratulations Kaizen with the community vote. Really like this one, very well done. And overall a very cool picture. Right, so this time I have the points for objective. I got a model and of course animation. The reason why I'm also doing animation each time because of the amount of work and brilliantness, which is in this case of course Iris Jack. You're just gonna play this guy one more time and then you will understand why he won this one. Then we're gonna go to the other people just one more time. It is just very nice. I dare people to challenge Iris Jack, so... Oh boy. I just noticed the background there. I don't think Hollywood will like that, Iris. No, the monthly competition is of Grant himself, so I don't want to do also monthly competition. Then it's gonna be way too much. But I have an idea, maybe for Grant's monthly competition of September, inspired by Iris Jack once again. All right, so then we have the model points. The first model point is gonna go to Corsair. I think it's a very nice model down here. I like the color combination in here. I think it looks good in overall. So congratulations, Corsair, with the winning on a model. We got 2 more. Of course, one of them will also be Erwin's Sunny Ray model. I think in overall this picture also looks very nice. The combination colors. The little combination that is visible with Sci-Fi and Wild West is definitely visible. So also Edwin Sunny Ray, congratulations on winning the model point. And then of course there is one more left, and that is of course Mr. Frogboy with Sluggo the Shah. Even though I just said, you know, like cut it off for a bit, the sides there, I think it's a very funny model. And I think also he definitely deserves some credits for that. And then as last, I got 3 people for the objective, which one of them already won also a community vote. And that is of course Kaisen with the amazing bot down here. Now the other people are just coming close to a very, very good art entry, and one of them is Raf from Raven. I think this one, it looks very good. It looks very Americanish. It looks very Wild West. I like the whole thing idea with the pod racer horses. The colors are nice. The scent looks nice. In overall, this is just a very nice picture. So also Raven, congratulations on winning the objective point. And then there is one more, which also definitely, of course, wins the objective of Wild West. And it's of course one of Crabson, the robot with a cowboy hat, a futuristic revolver, with a touch western, and of course a trench coat. This is a very good mixture of sci-fi and Wild West. Just put a cowboy hat, a trench coat onto a robot, and it looks already sci-fi, Wild West, and then a nice modified gun with it. So Crabson also definitely deserves a winning point on the objective. Very nice overall. I really like the background with it. So let's just see. So that will be that for this competition. Alright. Other people, it doesn't mean they haven't been doing a good job. It is just I'm missing something, or the balance is a little bit away. For example, this is a nice entry, but it just not catch me. I had to be told that this is actually an hanging character, which makes sense what I'm seeing down here, but it's just not it. I actually voted on Yo-Yo because I think this entry is also very nice. It could use a little bit of work, but in overall I like this idea. But to put this at the objective with Crapson, Kaizen, and Raph would just be not it. From Victor N, this is also a nice one, and this is basically what I mean with balance. I just feel like it needs a little bit more Western in here to just give that finishing touch of sci-fi / Western, so that's why I didn't choose any for this. So on with a few other ones. I mean, these guns are nice, but it just didn't give my touch, even though I really like this concept idea for a new type of weapon. This spaceship is a very good idea. This is a very nice poster, don't get me wrong. But it just, I like the color combination, but it just doesn't get me. This one of Frank is very nice, but it's really unfinished. It could be more simple with a train, just a few rocks around and a few cactus. If you don't have much time to spend, try to keep it simple. This one is nice, but needs to use a lot more work. This one is also a nice one, but needs to use a little bit of work. This one is nice, but I feel like I'm missing too much Western style in this. There's just this one carriage down here. It just doesn't get me. This one needs a little bit of work, even though I just like the overall fog and combination of colors in here. This one is nice, but I just miss, certain things here and there to just give it a little bit of a finishing touch. And yeah, that is basically my reasons why some of them didn't get a winning point. I think it's also important to say why people didn't win certain things. It's a hover train, but it needs to follow a track. Not a regular track, but something else. Like a very long beam where it just, doesn't get lost. Something. Just more simple if you don't have time for it. Right, so that will be that. And meanwhile, I was thinking about a subject for... Well, meanwhile I was watching the animation, I actually thought of a subject for the monthly competition of Grand, which I will just do for one time. And I want your opinion. How about for the monthly competition we do with the subject comedy animation? No, we are stupid, Frank. You can't always win, Frank. So how does that sound? Comedy animation for the monthly competition. Yeah, it needs a what is that called? A road. You need to watch Back to the Future more. Alright, comedy animation. Okay, then we will do that for the monthly competition of September. I will put an announcement tonight of the monthly one. And next new weekly will be tomorrow. Just first put it down. Comedy animation. It's a very good one. We can have a good laugh at the end of the month. I can't wait for Iris Jackie's monthly competition. Stop bullying Frank, guys. Okay. So that is set. So now we're going to need to have a subject for the next weekly competition. Do you guys have any good ideas? Maybe we should do trains on a track. I mean, the train needs something, right? I mean, it needs some sign saying, hey, slow down, the station is coming up, or... So anyone has a good subject already? Frank says a train on a track. Might do, might do. Make a 3D image of a favorite painting or picture. That's a very nice one. A 3D image of a 2D picture. That could be something. Make a 3D image of a 2D picture. Snakes on a plane. Oh, not that one again. A train. Make a locomotive, but on any style you like. Did we? Did we just do trains? Anyone else a good idea? Okay, got a little bit of a fight there. I mean, just a locomotive. You don't have to make any carts, you don't have to make the track, just a locomotive only. And then you can just make it the way you want. You can make it sci-fi, you can make it fantasy, you can make it realistic, you can make it however you like. We'll make a dishing machine train that will do the dishes for you, Frank. Yeah, I don't know. I think a locomotive in any style would be nice. Any style, any theme. Okay, do you guys have other ideas then? Something else than locomotive. How about you, Crapson? Do you have any other ideas? History. Futuristic. Fall is coming. Now Crapson wants to make a train. You guys are asking for trains right now. A train or locomotive in any style. You know what? I'm just gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna do make a locomotive in any style or theme. Keep that in mind, Irish Jack. Make something from your local area. Keep that in mind. I was thinking about something. I'm just gonna keep it, you know, next subject. Make a locomotive in any style or genre. You don't have to join. You can also join for the monthly competition and work on an animation, comedy animation genre. Okay, there we go. You can collab, sure. All right, thanks for being here, Frank. Good luck with the dishes. All right, so there we go. Next subject, make a locomotive in any style or genre. Deadline will be same time, same channel, but then September number 9. So just make it how you want it to. Make it realistic. You can make cartoon, make it futuristic, make it medieval train, make it steam train, make it a train with animals that are running into a rat wheel or whatever it's called to make the train go forwards. You don't have to make a whole background with it. You can just keep it simple. Just make the locomotive. For the people that are going, thanks for being here. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for the chat and stuff and all that kind of things. The announcement for this weekly will be tomorrow. You guys can already start working on it. For tonight, I will just do the September competition first, which will be comedy animation. And in this case, that's right, Erwin. I'm going to awkwardly leave. No, you know what? I'm just going to leave normal. Just for one time. Just gonna say thank you guys. Have a good week. Yeah, I am replacing Grant's monthly challenge for one time. And the subject will be comedy animation. Make sense? No, of course not on his channel. Then I need to ask his password and then I need to... Oh, on my channel, of course. Just for one time. But I will drop the announcement in the his competition announcement, so... And you have to put your entries in his competition entries. I'm just replacing him for one time. Got it? Alright, if that was all, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye bye. Oh, Erwin says, when you and Grant live stream, maybe somewhere in the future. If there are any more questions, you can always ask in the weekly 30-minute chat. For now, thanks for watching.